Hey there gamers, DreamcastGuy here. Today we're talking about Halo because it was just announced a couple minutes ago that Halo is coming to the PlayStation 5. It's no longer going to be a console exclusive, but it's also more than that. This is going to be a complete remake of the original Halo, and instantly I feel like I'm seeing a lot of hate towards this project, saying people don't like the new art style. It's only the campaign. It will not have any sort of multiplayer. It does look like this is a very strange idea of a project. Now, personally, my favorite Halo has always been the original. It's a game I played the most of the entire series. And yeah, it definitely had its problems. Yeah, it wasn't the best balancing, but I still feel like that original campaign is still the best that we ever got from the entire Halo saga. But let's take a look at this remake because they just posted 13 minutes of gameplay. I want to take a look at that, and I want to take a look at a lot of the reactions because people seem to be a bit split as to whether this is a good thing or the last hurrah of a dying brand. Let's get into it. Hi, hope you're having a great day, and if you could please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I just got new teeth. I'm sorry, I'm talking a slight bit funny. I'm trying to adapt. These new teeth are slightly bigger than my other ones were, but it's called Halo Campaign Evolved. Now, I know we keep talking about the fact that this is literally purely a campaign, but it is a bit odd that just the idea of investing so many, probably hundreds of millions of dollars, this is a new engine that they have not used before. Typically, there was like a specific Halo engine that they'd made all the previous Halos, and this is being done in Unreal Engine 5. I think graphically, it definitely looks way more realistic than any other Halo we've ever had, but you can even decide whether that's good or bad. But let me start by talking about the features of it, because they've announced something to this that to me is extra interesting. Prequel chapters. There will now be 3 prequel missions. Join Master Chief and Sgt. Johnson in a brand new arc set before the events of Halo Combat Evolved, feature new environments, gameplay, characters, and enemies. Now, anybody who's read any of the Halo books like I have, I think I've read all 32 of the Halo books, this is probably the events of Contact Harvest, stuff that sort of introduced Sgt. Johnson to the whole universe. But this to me, I think is interesting. Let's see how big they end up being. Now, this will be fully couch co-op 2-player or online 4-player co-op, which the original Halo has never had. But let's talk about what actually matters. First and foremost, a lot of people are making memes saying, great, I can finally sell my Xbox. The last Xbox game. At this point, everybody's playing Halo Infinite on PC for the most part. There has been talks that essentially there is a new mandate from the top of Microsoft saying you need to find any way you possibly can to make Xbox profitable. No matter what. Take games, sell them anywhere. Put them on PlayStation. Put them on Nintendo Switch. Just put this stuff anywhere. And it seems like part of their answer to that is this. So let's take a look at some gameplay here, right? So this is obviously the mission called the Silent Cartographer. The new animations, I still feel like the hand sway, wow. So sprint in the original Halo is a massive, massive, massive departure. Just in general, it definitely looks like it's going for that photorealism that Halo has never tried to achieve, which I feel a bit odd about. I do think I like the fact that a lot of the guns still look the way they did in the original game, just spruced up, but man, sprint just looks so odd in the original Halo. I honestly do not like the sprint. The glow and the effects are good, but man, I have this muted, by the way, just because there's, I think, some copyrighted music and stuff playing in the background, but I wanted to just kind of glance at this to kind of get a vibe on it. You can see this already has a 10% dislike ratio, already pretty crazy. Here's, of course, Fohammer dropping off the big Warthog. Let's fast forward a bit. Let's actually see some of this Warthog gameplay. So this is sort of that template look of a lot of Unreal Engine 5 games. Oh, wow, we have actual waypoints just hovering on the screen now. I literally actually replayed this mission right before this started happening, just by pure happenstance. I was actually playing it this morning, and I was playing, this is still my favorite mission, is the Silent Cartographer. Man, I just feel like the lighting engine and stuff, something about Unreal Engine 5 always looked a slight bit funky to me. I mean, it is cool that there's like treads and stuff now in the sand itself. I'm almost just kind of wondering, there have been leaks that essentially they're doing this project to see if anybody still cares about Halo. That's apparently the major sentiment, that they're at a point where they're like, okay, a lot of Team Green brands, a lot of stuff, it's just not really breaking out of its bubble anymore. They're not finding new Halo fans. Infinite has been long dead at this point. So apparently the talks have been the fact that they're like, all right, we're not going to make the best Halo 7 of all time. if no one's going to buy it, if no one's going to get invested. Let's make a mid-budget game. Let's not make something that takes a ton of creative manpower. Let's just do a very safe, tried and true new remake and see if people still care about Halo. And then if they do, then we can do a massive, massive game. Something that's actually going to be expensive and groundbreaking and stuff. But immediate impressions, the gameplay does look a lot darker. This is something I feel like I don't like about a lot of modern cinema and a lot of modern games, which I feel like this may be more realistic. Yeah, it's realistic that it's dark as hell and you need a flashlight, but I don't know. I kind of like the fact that the original Halo and a lot of the original Xbox games and stuff, I kind of like that weird artificial 80s movie lighting. This just looks like a lot darker in general. Here, let's skip ahead a bit more and just see more of this nice open world combat. Or this is actually where the hunters show up, right? Here, let's fast forward. This is where the hunters show up. Yeah, there they are. Oh, you can actually drive the Warthog up here to this fight now. Well, just the new designs, honestly, the new designs of the Covenant look fantastic. Those dudes look spectacular. Now, it is going to be interesting to specifically see how this runs on the PlayStation 5 Pro and high-end PCs, because actually, Halo Infinite's already running very, very good on PC. A lot of people I know, a lot of my close friend group, actually, they're all very into Halo Infinite. They're mad that Halo Infinite's honestly fallen off so hard, because now you're kind of playing against the same 200 people every single day for the next 10 years. But this is interesting to me that, honestly, in a lot of ways, this looks like something that's going to be a real graphical pusher. Oh, wow, look at the way the barrel of the gun heats up. Man, it's so cool seeing this game remade, but at the same time, I am personally disappointed that we're not getting some sort of, I don't know, there have been other times where they released Halo remakes that were supposed to be single player, but they had some form of multiplayer in it. It was when they first released the Combat Evolved that actually had the Halo Reach multiplayer in it, so at least you were getting something on the disc, although they're probably not even going to release a physical version of this now. But man, as a super fan of the original Halo, God, I gotta say, I 90% like these graphics. I think obviously the lighting effects are spectacular when it comes to being outside and seeing God rays and stuff, but just in general, still too dark for my tastes. But it is wild to actually see such a photorealistic version of this. Now, I've only heard little clips of the audio. I hope it's either the original voice acting just put into the new game and the original actors for all the new chapters come in and like reprise their roles. Look at this though, man. This is where I just feel like stuff is too dark. These monsters, the hunters, look so good. I wish they would, turn up the brightness so we could actually admire how cool their armor looks. The hunters aren't just like dudes. They're actually people inside of they're a bunch of eels. Also, hunters write battle poetry. If they survive a fight, they write a poem about it. That's the fun of the Halo books. And I'm kind of glad we're getting prequel chapters. I hope they get a chance to kind of expand more on the incredibly good Halo lore. All right, we're about to get that the guilty spark cutscene right here, I think, right? Man. Okay, let me actually take a look at this here. Halo Combat Evolved coming 2026 for Xbox, PC, Steam, and PS5. Wow. We got Halo on PlayStation before GTA 6. This is basically when they ported Sonic Adventure 2 to GameCube. End of an era, man. Seeing that PS5 logo next to Halo just don't seem right. Well, Xbox is officially dead. With the already high Game Pass sub, high price next-gen console, it could not be any deader than this. I mean, undeniably, worldwide, the sales of the Xbox are just in the toilet. I want to make a separate video about this, I think, but the PS5 actually outsold the Nintendo Switch 2 worldwide last month, and I was thinking about the fact that it's not just that. I want to talk about that. I also want to talk about the fact that it is interesting to me at this point. Look at that. They're outselling them 8-1 PS5 to Xbox. It's a graveyard at this point. So what do you think about the idea of Halo coming to PS5? I think I'm excited about this. I'm definitely very, very much going to buy this. I'm going to play this, but I do wish it had multiplayer beyond just the 4-player co-op. And sprinting in the original Halo, it looks weird. I don't know. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could please give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and please keep dreaming. Yes, I am not the best at talking with these teeth. I promise I will get better. I will adapt. These are the teeth that I designed, actually. So I told them I wanted them extra white, because I've never had super white teeth. And I told them I wanted them a little bit bigger. I like the full smile. Yeah? I don't know. Whatever. Halo. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.